Potential client called our office earlier this week to tell us that she's pregnant. She just returned to in-person work at her company in New York. Let's call her Jane. And that over the last couple of weeks since she's been back, her boss, let's call him Jay, has been asking both privately and publicly, how is little JJ doing, referring to her unborn child, with the implication being that he's the father. Jay thinks it's funny. Jane doesn't find it at all humorous, but she's been laughing along with Jay because he's her boss, and other people seem to find it vaguely amusing. Additionally, her colleagues, probably taking their sign from Jay, have begun asking her all kinds of questions about her pregnancy that they have no business asking, about was it planned, etc. Will she be having a natural or cesarean delivery, etc. None of these questions are questions that Jane wants to answer. While there's no specific federal or New York law that prohibits baby bump touching in the workplace, it's clearly inappropriate, unacceptable, and illegal because it is your body that you have the absolute right to determine who, if anyone, ever gets to touch it. Of course, at work particularly, and the comments by her boss regarding the baby's paternity clearly are illegal. And what type of illegal is it? Well, it's sex and pregnancy discrimination, because clearly pregnancy is a sex-based activity, and pregnancy, which is of course inseparable from your sex or gender, is protected. And so any act, statement that in any way makes you uncomfortable, it's awkward, violates your right to privacy and bodily integrity, is illegal. So you could, of course, simply say, if someone is lunging for your baby, no, not now, thank you, no, please ask me. You may make it clear without making, a federal case out of it, that this is not something that you appreciate, and most of the time that should stop it in its tracks. Maybe similar for Jane to say to her boss, it's really, don't appreciate it when you refer to my unborn child in that way, and that may put an end to it. One can also tell human resources, even at the beginning of your pregnancy, to please make an announcement, as many companies do, about, Jane's having a baby, we're thrilled, we wish her a healthy and happy pregnancy and delivery. Here's some rules and ground rules as a reminder in this office when, whether it's Jane or anyone else who's pregnant, don't ask this, and there's no touching of her belly, no touching of Jane's belly or anyone else's, whether they're pregnant or not, without explicit permission, and there's really no reason to be touching anyone's baby bump in the workplace. And if it continues after you've made it clear that this is unacceptable to you, it is sex discrimination verging on sexual harassment, so that you should complain to your company, or at least put these concerns in writing, so that your company can then put a stop to it. And anything that occurs after you've told everyone what your boundaries are, and the company has told them, anything after that is on the company. It's backlash. It may be considered retaliation. And you're not trying to escalate this, but you are trying to get through your 9 months in peace without anyone touching you, without your full consent and permission. I'm Jack Tuckner. I'm a women's rights in the workplace advocate. The firm is Tuckner, Sipser, Weinstock, and Sipser. Any questions at all about your own pregnancy, maternity leave, lactation space, what you're entitled to, please feel free to contact me, call this office, reach out. We will schedule a time to consult in total confidence and free of charge to you. Take care.